What's up, Raider Nation? Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. As I've mentioned before in several of my comments, today's topic, it's going to be talking about Jack Del Rio, the new hiring of the Oakland Raiders franchise. The man's been with Jacksonville for over the past 9 years. 68-71 record as the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, his background, he's got strength and conditioning coach, he's got linebackers coach, obviously head coach, as we all know, defensive coordinator. 3 years as defensive coordinator with the Denver Broncos, and he's also been a player. Now, that's great and all. He can relate to the players, etc. I think it was a great hire, only due to John Madden accepting him. Obviously, John Madden knows a little bit more than myself, and you as well. No offense, he knows a little bit more about football. So if John Madden, in all respects, knows that Jack Del Rio was the correct hire for the Oakland Raiders franchise, then I would suspect that is correct. Let's see. In 2012, Jack Del Rio, he was ranked number four in all of the NFL. 2013, he was ranked 22nd. I don't know what happened there exactly. In 2014, he was third in yards giving up in the NFL, ninth in passing yards, second in rushing yards. So a little bit of background of Del Rio, in my opinion, as it runs through my head. The man is going to stop the run, and that's one of the most important things. Oakland has not been able to stop the run consistently over the past, I don't know, probably close to 10 years, as we've all seen as Raider fans watching these games through and through. We have not consistently stopped the run. And I think Jack Del Rio will be able to consistently provide that for Oakland, whether it's through free agency or draft picks. However the man can do it, I highly respect him to go ahead and get the job done. Some more information. Del Rio has recently talked to several different coordinators. Vic Fangio, I know he's from the 49ers system. I don't know exactly if he has connections with Del Rio. The man has been strong with the 49ers, obviously. You have Mike Smith from the Falcons. Now, I think bringing Mike Smith aboard from Del Rio's connections, right? I think it would be wise. I really do. And especially establishing a run defense that can prevent that opposite team moving the chains forward. Another one is Mark Trestman. He's an offense coordinator, I believe. Man is very, very smart. Strategically can go ahead and prevent these defenses from penetrating that offensive line, especially with the new coach that we got there is Mike Tice. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Tony Sperano, don't expect him to be around, obviously, right, with the hiring of Mike Tice. Del Rio has also been in talks, or the Raiders franchise, I should say, with Adam Gase, or Adam Gase, however you pronounce the guy's name. He has been the offense coordinator with the Denver Broncos. Now, recently they've been ranked this past season of the number one offense. That's great and all, but that respect is really due to Peyton Manning, of course. I mean, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of that I've seen in my generation. I can say that, as well as yours. I'm sure, but Peyton Manning, I have great respect for the man. Doesn't mean I like him, such as another Tom Brady, right? But I have respect for him. Del Rio, He talks about Derek Carr in the interview a lot and his leadership abilities. This season is giving him tools to succeed. Now that I find that very interesting because I do see Derek Carr being surrounded by obviously a receiver, whether it's from the draft or free agency, however it works out. That is something that's expected. I mean, we have a possible future franchise quarterback in this guy. And Del Rio coming into the system, whether you like him or whether I like him or whoever, it doesn't matter. Del Rio is the head coach. And I expect him to do big things with Derek Carr. He may not give him a big role upcome this season, but I do expect him to surround him with pieces that can go ahead and accelerate his development. Derek Carr needs that in Oakland this season. If Del Rio can't provide that, that's going to be a major problem. As far as this goes, in today's YouTube channel, I will go ahead and introduce my dad, my pops. He's a longtime Raider fan. He's been a Raider fan, obviously, before I came out the womb. Go ahead and introduce yourself as of right now.
C. Villaverde, Raider fan, 707, Viejo, California. You bet. Del Rio was somewhat surprising to me, to be quite honest. He is a good coach. He's a good defensive coordinator. I'm a little concerned, of course, but I think we give him a chance. It depends upon the talent that he hires around him to go ahead and help for the offensive and defensive coordination. Let him go ahead and run the team. Let him pick the people to put in play to get us where we need to go. And that's my biggest thing. You know, that's my concern. I mean, 12 years, it's been tough, and you guys know this.
So, what do you think exactly that Del Rio will bring to this franchise in the upcoming season? I mean, we all know it's not going to happen overnight, guys. But, I think it's also good to bring other insights into this and maybe disagree or agree with my conclusions of the Oakland Raiders franchise. So, what do you think Del Rio is going to bring to this Oakland Raiders franchise as far as 2015 season, even in the postseason, if we can even make it that far? I would be super happy, super ecstatic if they make it into the playoffs, which I highly doubt as Del Rio's history with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
He's young. I think he'll go ahead and bring a different attitude to the team. He can relate with the players well. I think that he's got a good vision, especially what he's done in Denver. At Jacksonville, I don't think that he had a lot of help, of course, in the office. But I think what he brings now is, I think he has the help. His family, he's from California. He's from Hayward. His family are Raider fans. They have tickets. I mean, I think he truly believes and he's willing to put in the time and effort to go ahead and do this. So I believe that this man will go ahead and bring us at least a winning team.
I really hope for that, Raider fans. I don't know if Del Rio was a correct hire per se. I respect the man only because, like I said before, John Madden is one of the best coaches of all time, especially for the Raiders franchise. And I don't know if Del Rio can really get it done. I mean, in Jacksonville, he only had 2 playoff appearances in 9 seasons. Out of the 7-9 ratio, I mean, how do you really take that as a Raider fan? I don't know. All I know is that we're used to losing. Correct.
No, we're not. 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, 3 Super Bowls. Okay. How long ago was that? Because personally,
in my day,
in your day, of course, my pop's day, it's the older generation. It's something they don't understand. Coming in as a new generation, it's really hard to understand. I mean, the last time I seen the Raiders in the goddamn playoffs was what? In 2001, 2000, 2002, you know, Tim
Tampa Bay.
Brown, Jerry Rice, all this crazy stuff. You know, we had all these great players. I mean, Oakland, as far as me, right, in my younger generation, we're not used to seeing great players. I mean, it's hard for us as Raider fans to adapt to that type of environment, I guess you can say, because all we see in reality is mediocre. Now, if you remember to the younger days, you know, of my past anyways, you know, I loved watching Charlie Garner, Tyrone Wheatley, Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, Rich Gannon. Loved it.
Even Justin Fargas
Justin
was in your time. Was
Justin
phenomenal.
Fargas was phenomenal. You know,
was good.
especially when McFadden came in as a rookie. Justin Fargas helped development. He helped with the development of Darren McFadden when he came in as a rookie originally for the past, I think it was 2 years that he was with him.
Well, but you have to figure this. I mean, honestly, the biggest thing is, I mean, our quarterback Carr he's not bad. He is a damn good kid. We have to build in the sense we have Mac. We have to build around that defense, and then also go ahead and be able to spread that offense. This is huge. We can go ahead and do this. We have the talent in place, and these guys believe. We build around Carr. We build around Mac. We had a young man named Hostetler. Okay? He wasn't the best quarterback there is. He wasn't a lock. He wasn't all that. But you know what? He got the job done. And we did really well with him. We went to the Super Bowl. But then again, we got, you know, we're Raider fans. We get a little screwed up and, you know, go out, drink and party. And that's what our center did. And he was depressed. And that's the way it goes.
You know, I believe. Do you believe in developing Derek Carr around this entire team as well as Khalil Mack? Do you think Khalil Mack is that legitimate leader on our defense, or do you think maybe somebody as a veteran needs to exploit this defense and give direction to every single individual? I mean, how do you think about that? I mean, what do you think?
You know, Al Davis went ahead and believed of taking, of course, the Heisman Trophy winners all the time. His number one pick, he didn't care defense, offense,
Speed,
whatever.
size.
Whatever you played, you were a Heisman correct. Heisman winner, he would take you. But he truly believed in the underdog. And he believed in the underdog. And that's what he's been his whole time since, 1960.
Long time.
Correct. So I believe in these two guys. He would absolutely embrace them and believe in them. And honestly, I do too. You have Derek Carr, who broke many little records as a rookie quarterback, which was amazing. Khalil Mack can stop the run like no tomorrow.
Number one
Lights
ranked,
out. He is
number one ranked linebacker
he
in the
is
NFL,
the
I
best
must say.
linebacker.
As a rookie.
These guys are absolutely amazing, and they believe in their team. They believe in what they're doing. And granted, they're not the highest paid guys, and you know what? That's good because they're hungry and they're out to prove. And that's what we've always believed in. These guys out to prove. Do what you do. These guys are good.
I agree with that segment just because they were both rookies, people. You know, you may disagree with it and be like, oh, Khalil Mack's okay. He's a solid guy. He's great against a run defense. Who gives a shit? The dude, in my opinion, after watching all the rookies throughout the year, even Odell Beckham Jr., which I'm sure you heard,
Of
for the
course.
New York Giants, right, as a wide
He's a
receiver.
stud. He's good.
Okay, but the difference between, let me tell you people, let's stop for a minute. Between a wide receiver in the NFL and between a defensive linebacker, who gets the ball more? And on top of that, who goes ahead and scores the touchdowns? Who makes the BSPN? I call bullshit ESPN, BSPN The touchdowns. Who shows those highlights? Of course it's Odell Beckham Jr. Of course he won the Rookie Offensive Award of the Year or Rookie of the Year. Khalil Mack doesn't get that type of
stage.
Yeah, he just doesn't, guys. You know, he is one of the best rookies I've ever seen, though. I will tell you that. Now, as far as building around Derek Carr is a great quarterback, you guys. You may not believe it. You may not accept it. For those of you thinking that we should draft Marcus Mariota,
No.
negative. I do
He doesn't
not.
have it.
He doesn't. He doesn't, guys. Oh, you know what you need to do against Marcus Mariota? You take a one man and you spy on him. You blitz three defenders, send one to spy on him. As soon as that man runs to the right, guess what that man's doing? He's running to the right. You go to the left, that man's running to the left. Yeah, he, once in a while, sure, on a fucking blue moon, Jesus Christ, Mariota might escape him. That's great and all, but let's be realistic, guys. We don't need a Michael Vick to the Oakland Raiders. We really don't. We just need somebody who can produce the numbers, be a great quarterback, and support the system that we're building around them. You see what I'm saying? It's a huge factor. Gannon complimented Tim Brown. Tim Brown complimented Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon complimented Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice complimented Tim Brown. And all of the above. Charlie Garner, he completed Tyrone Wheatley. Wheatley completed Charlie Garner.
Stud.
Wheatley, I fucking love Wheatley. I love running backs that can power through you. They don't give a fuck. They'll just run over you as if you're nothing. They don't care if you're a brick fucking wall standing in front of them. They're going to run through you. That's what we need in Oakland. That's why I loved Michael Bush. It was a huge mistake getting rid of Michael Bush rather than Darren McFadden. Can you agree?
I don't know. I like McFadden. I think his injuries, of course, screwed him up. I mean, of course,
Darren McFadden.
Bo Jackson. Of course, I'm going back in the day.
Right?
Phenomenal. And we need to bring somebody like that in the sense to our team. I think Del Rio has got the capabilities of, as long as he has the right talent, I think he can put it all together.
Right. I can.
I mean, then again, that's any NFL coach supposedly, but we've seen other teams that can't get over the hump. So, and we've been one of them for a long time. And I'm pretty tired of this shit. I love my Raiders. Always have. 707, born in Vallejo. Grew up. That's all I know is Oakland. So, I mean, it gets hard.
So, at the number 4 pick, ladies and gentlemen watching this YouTube channel, who would be your pick if you were GM Reggie McKenzie or a Jack Del Rio, your defensive-minded coach, right? But in the back of your head, Derek Carr needs weapons. So we'll start with the draft, and then we'll work our way into free agency. As far as weapons for Derek Carr, because Del Rio made a statement about that in today's interview, which you all know if you watch it, if you're diehard Raider fans, right? Such as ourselves. Let's look at the draft. Who would you draft at number 4? Because you do know it will be Marcus Mariota, right? At least in the top 3, I would hope. If not, poor fucking kid.
I honestly don't think so. I don't think he's going to be drafted that high. I think he'll be the first quarterback in the draft, but I think he's going to go probably maybe a little bit later, maybe in 10 to 20.
Really?
Yes. I don't think he's got the NFL
I don't know about that
mentality.
relation.
I think there's a lot of other talent that's going to be coming out.
He's definitely not a
For
Johnny
Oakland,
Manziel. Yeah.
number 4, I would actually trade down.
You would trade down.
I would trade down. The reason why is because there's a bunch of good free agents that are out there that we can go ahead and pick up.
So you're saying to trade down in the draft.
Trade down in the
Pick
draft
up for
to go to
free
number
agency.
3, pick up one of the free agents.
Oh, wait.
Correct.
Trade down or trade up?
Trade down.
So trade down. Okay. Because my opinion in this is you take either Leonard Williams out of USC or you take Amari Cooper. Period. Best players available, right? I would take Leonard Williams, Amari Cooper. If you can't pick up those two, then the hell with it. You move down the draft. And you take the best player available. God forbid, free agency is great, people, but it will strap you financially. It will. And we may have the money to do it in Oakland this season, but is it really worth it? Especially with a GM we don't know if is going to be here next year, let alone another head coach. God forbid he turns out to be another Dennis Allen or whatever it is. We've had, I don't know, 10, 12 head coaches. I mean, come on. Aren't you fucking sick of this shit? Just pick players that can play the damn game.
There's huge free agencies coming out. For instance, Larry Fitzgerald, believe it or not, of course, went ahead and said, "Thank you, Arizona. It's been great."
Well, Arizona's trying to trade him off.
It's been great playing here, but he may end up going.
Don't pick up Fitzgerald.
The good thing that I've seen, like for him, for instance, he actually went in the middle. For the past 2 years, he actually ran across the middle, which was absolutely amazing for that caliber.
Thomas?
For that caliber, Larry Fitzgerald, of a receiver. If we could grab, honestly, 2 receivers that way, work on our defense, and bring up some of the guys who's put in some time in. I hope Del Rio does this. I hope he goes ahead and honestly looks at those practice squads, see the talent that they really have, and the guys that are hungry. And let's shock the world. Let's surprise them. Let's bring people they've never even seen before, never even heard of this kid, who was a 5th rounder who didn't do crap. Let's bring that kid in.
The Oakland Raiders franchise. Here's the thing that we have a problem with. We have a problem with bringing in these free agents that are big name.
Well, it's a little hard. It's a little hard when you have a coach for maybe a year or 2 trying to get into a new system. That shit doesn't work.
But how many systems, Raider Nation, are we going to get into to go ahead and bring this coach aboard? Do you think Del Rio is that coach? I don't know. But if the man does good, I support him. I respect him.
One system.
I respect him due to John Madden.
One system.
That's it.
That's
win,
baby. Just win.
Just
baby.
win?
That's it.
So be it. Have we seen
system.
that the past,
Just win.
I don't know, 8, 10 years? Have we seen that, Raider Nation? We have not. Negative. So do you think Del Rio is the correct hiring? We don't know. But fuck it. See. We will take what we can now as Raider fans, right?
And we will support them.
And we have to support them.
That's our nation, baby.
That is one nation, and that's all we can do is support them.
First one, only one, last one. That's it. No more.
Derek Carr, I will tell you this much. Del Rio needs to get weapons around Derek Carr. He said that he will do that.
Bring in a kid like Kelvin Benjamin with Carolina. That kid is a stud. I picked him since fucking day one. I still pick him now. The kid is amazing. He is a stud. We need somebody like that. We need somebody who will go across the middle, We, of course, need a running back. We need some defense. We need some guys up on that line to stop the damn run. I'm tired of this stuff.
Okay, as far as this, we discussed that. Who do you think will have the biggest impact on the team?
It depends
This
upon.
year.
You know what? Honestly, it's going to be the coaching staff will have the biggest impact on the team.
Right?
It's the truth. It depends
Very
upon how they want to go ahead and play. Like I watched, Chicago. And they came back and kept telling, what's his name? Oh, what the hell is that quarterback's name?
Who?
Cutler.
Jay Cutler.
They kept telling Jay Cutler basically to run the same play. After the defense already stuffed it like 2, 3, 4, 5 times, Cutler even looked over to the sidelines and went, "Are you serious? I got to run the same play?"
But
They already know.
but
So it's up to the coaches to go ahead and make the change and for the players, honestly, to believe in the system. If they really don't believe in that system, then guess what? We're all a bunch of individuals and there is no superstar among us.
so who do you think will have the biggest impact this season?
You know what? I tell you what. Why don't you ask your viewers that and have them respond?
Okay, Raider Nation. So we're gonna go ahead and end the video. You guys can subscribe, you can comment, doesn't matter. Both of us, our opinions aren't gonna change, but why don't you go ahead and tell us exactly who's gonna be the biggest impact of the Oakland Raider franchise? You think it's gonna be a future draft pick? You think it's gonna be a free agent, maybe that we're gonna pick up? Do you think it's gonna be somebody currently on the team as of right now? I will tell you one individual that will make an impact. Charles Woodson, Hall of Famer. It's done and said. The man is legit. What is he? I don't know.
Buddy-
37, 38 years of
But
age.
he's getting old.
He's getting old. Like I said,
Like the rest of us.
like I said in one of my past videos, he's a great playmaker. Even today, he's a great playmaker. But ultimately, we need a playmaker to replace.
All right, guys. You guys choose. Who's going to make the biggest impact? Let them know.
Sounds good. Well, tell you what.
Thank you, Nation.
Thank you for
Love
tuning
you guys.
in.
707.
707 Vallejo, California.
You bet.
Thank you so much, Raider Nation YouTubers. We will see you later on the next video. Best believe I will have a special guest coming in and discussing these views. Thank you.